Guys, today I'll be answering this question of what is the connection between social anxiety and being addicted to daydreaming. Social anxiety is this instance where you feel anxious in social situations, like you are afraid of going out there, you are afraid of interacting with people, you are afraid of making friends, and you always choose this life where you are isolating yourself from others. So, what happens is when you are socially anxious, you end up choosing the path where you are not facing the fear. So you have fear of social situations. So you end up choosing a path where you are not facing this fear. And for other people, this path can be locking themselves in their room. It can be just calling themselves introverted. Yeah, that's a very, very common one as well. It can be just avoiding any social events altogether, or avoiding friends, or avoiding all family events, or just being overworking yourself. But now, for you, you choose the path of creating an imaginary world which has imaginary friends, imaginary social situations, so as to compensate your lack of social connections in real life, or your lack of social interactions in your real life, or to compensate or to escape this fear, or to avoid this fear of social situations. So instead of you facing this fear, or you just isolating yourself like other people who are socially anxious, you end up creating a world where you have social interactions, where you have imaginary friends, imaginary family, imaginary parents, imaginary adventures, imaginary career. Because at least in this world, it's within your control. So if something is within your control, it will mean that you will not be afraid of it, because you are creating the friends you want. So you are creating friends who will not betray you, friends who will just listen to you, like friends you can control, friends who don't really have a separate personality, of course in quotes, but friends will always be a projection of your own imagination. So it becomes an easy place. So instead of you facing the real world where you can be betrayed, people can step on your boundaries, people can say support you, you are choosing this other world where at least you will feel safe. So that's the connection. So instead of you facing your socially anxious habit, you end up creating a world where at least the social anxiety will not arise, which is now imaginary friends. That's why. So the more you do that, the more you are coping with this social anxiety. That's why the solution is not even in the in the daydreaming, or is not in the imaginary friends. It's in dealing with this social anxiety. And this social anxiety again is not really something which cannot be solved. It's the same thing, dealing with the root cause, like what caused it. You'll realize that some of the causes of social anxiety can be trauma, or can be past betrayal by a family member, a friend, or when you are at school. And that betrayal is your foundation for your life now. So once you work on this betrayal, or on this past betrayal, you realize that you don't need to be afraid of interacting with other human beings. And when you feel that you don't need to be afraid of interacting with other human beings, what happens? It will mean that you will not see the need of the imaginary world. So it's all connected. it, that's why this behavior, as experts sometimes say, like, is not really unstoppable. It's just about honestly looking at what are you using this addictive behavior as a coping mechanism for. Once you deal with that, once you understand that, you are able to overcome it. You are able to, like, negotiate with the mind, and then, or understand to yourself on a deeper level that if I manage this thing, if I manage this social anxiety, it will mean that I will not need imaginary friends. It will mean that I'll be having real friends. It will mean that I'll be understanding myself. I'll be getting myself out there to a place where I can be betrayed, also I can be supported. But it's just how it is. That's life. You cannot control people because they have different personalities, different beliefs, different backgrounds. But what you can control is just how you respond to them. So if someone is trying to manipulate you, your response is the most important thing. Like, can you protect yourself from them? So now once you understand that, it means that you'll be okay with real life friends, because real life friends cannot be substituted with imaginary friends, because real life friends, there's always a certain aspect which the imaginary friends cannot offer you, even just the physical aspect, or the physical support. So social your social anxiety led you to picking a coping mechanism to escape from this anxiety, and your coping mechanism is maladaptive daydreaming or creation of an imaginary world with the imaginary friends. So if you go back and deal with what caused this social anxiety, you are able to overcome or you are able to tell the mind that you don't really need the imaginary friends as much. Yes, you can still have them, but you don't need them as a coping or as an escape. You just need them as something which is pleasurable, which is very, very okay. Hope you found that informative, guys. Until next time, have a nice day.